Hello, this is Derby Dad here, and we're going to cover now how to polish your axles and get them ready for a race. Again, we're going for speed here. So we're going to start by filing off the axles, and to be honest, this one's already filed, but let me show you a picture. You usually can't get that close with the cameras to actually see. So this is a picture from the internet that I printed out. These are burr marks. You're going to find them usually on one side of your axle. And they're like little ridges, the raised ridges that you want to cut off. These up here are your crimp marks, and you'll want to get rid of those. You'll have one on each side. It's almost like a straight line across the top of the head of the axle. Okay, so again, I've already taken them off in here, but I'm going to show you how to do it. We have here a jewelry file. We have our Dremel tool on our Dremel stand, and again, these aren't necessary tools, but it does make it easier. And again, for this video, it'll make it a lot easier to see. So we're going to take the file, and I'm going to hold this here, and I'm going to just go forward here. And again, those are to get rid of the burr marks, and they tend to be on one side, but I'm going to rotate the head so I get a nice rounder filing as opposed to a flat spot. Again, you don't want a flat spot on your axle because that'll make it not roll as nicely. And then I'm going to take the file and turn it 90 degrees, and again, I'm going to file off those crimp marks off the top of the head, or the bottom of the head. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and we're going to polish our head, or axle. And here I've got some various grit of abrasives, not exactly sandpaper, but it's like that. And again, you can buy these kits online, and I've numbered them so that way I know what order they go in. And this is our last minute polishing cloth. So again, I'm going to start with my number one. It's my coarsest bit of abrasive here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dip it in water. And again, for each strip I can usually get 4 axles out of this. I'm going to hold it tight up against the head here, and then along the shaft. Then I'm going to wipe it off, and I'm going to go through all 5 of my abrasive strips here. Now, I'm telling you this now because it's probably going to get loud when the Dremel tool goes on, and you probably won't be able to hear what I'm saying, so this will just be for your show. And oh, one other thing, I use this just to hold the axle. I used to turn the Dremel tool on here and file it this way, but I actually found that this works better because then I only move on the one side where the burr marks are. I don't have to do it all the way around, and for some reason it's actually quicker to do it manually. I don't quite understand, but I used to, again, turn this on and hold the file there, but it jumps. And if your axle is not perfectly round or your Dremel tool isn't perfectly straight, you can end up with an out of round axle, which isn't good either. So by hand here, so again, you could use pliers if you wanted to, or even a drill. You could put your axle in the chuck of a drill and do it that way. But I prefer to do this by hand nowadays. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go ahead. We got a little bit of water here because, again, the abrasive strips, you're supposed to dip them in water, and again, you're going to hold it tight so you can get up against the head here. So here we go. All right, one thing to note, we don't want it to spin super fast. We want it on the lowest setting that we can get on a Dremel tool, okay? Now, I'll probably zoom in a little bit so you can see better here. But as you noticed, we went ahead and did the head first. And again, you got to pull it nice and tight, so otherwise it bends back and you really don't get the bottom of the head polished. And then you go back and forth a little bit. And again, I use about 1/4 at a time so I can get 4 axles off of one strip. All right, and you want to wipe it down each time because, again, and now that we've zoomed in a little bit, hopefully you'll be able to see that the axle gets a little dirty, right? You end up with all this, that's basically metal shavings that are coming off of the axle itself. So that lets you know that you're actually removing metal. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do our next level here, which is our number 2 abrasive strip. And again, I'll set these aside as I'm done with them, but you'll notice that, again, the strip will start to get dirty. That means you can tell that you've actually have sanded off some of the metal. All right, so, no, mine actually didn't start out with the coarsest, paying attention. So again, we skipped one, which we shouldn't have, but it'll still be okay. All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. Now, you'll also notice as we progress that it gets shinier and shinier, and that's what we're actually looking for. We're looking for something that's nice and smooth. And we're going to finish up with a polishing compound here. That it's basically any metal polish or chrome polish will do. Again, this anything available online or even at auto parts stores, you can find something that's a chrome polish. But so this is our last strip, and then we're going to go to our polishing, and then you'll see how things look up once we're all done. Okay, so again, dipping in water, which you can't see on screen, and the water helps it from overheating, and that's the way these abrasive strips work, is they need to be wet. You may also wonder, how far down do you want to polish? And really you want to polish to the width of a wheel, okay? Because again, you want it smooth along the entire hub of your wheel. So again, we're going a little bit further, but better to have more polish than not. All right, we're going to go ahead and add our polishing compound here. So again, just a dab, that's all we need. It's this tiniest bit, that's even a lot. And we're going to finish by polishing our axle. And again, it's always important to wipe off afterwards. Now, again, we'll come in a little bit closer. You can see, yep, that's what I was worried about. We lose the focus when we get too close. So let's try this way. Again, you can almost see a line between what has been polished and what has not been polished. Let's go ahead and take this out. And again, while we're polishing, it doesn't matter so much that we're not exactly in round. So there is our polished axle ready to go and be erased. Again, nice smooth head, underside, and ready for some graphite and to be inserted into the wheel. All right, see you guys in the next video.